Dr. Shruti
I don't
Malik,
see any
Director,
aspirins.
Redix Hospital.
All right. So first thing I would like to tell you is that, see, these coagulation deficiencies or these issues, they happen very less when we talk about children, right? And we have obviously administered few doses to such patients under the guidance of their doctors or the medical professionals. So I think this, if we talk about children, there are not much of such cases who are on any sort of blood thinner or are on aspirin. So I must tell you that obviously all these children who are vulnerable are more have more chances to get infected, and that actually holds a major reason why we should be vaccinated. So I think one more thing which I would like to add on here is that it is very important. See, what WHO has mentioned is that we cannot shrug this disease as mild. All the variants cannot be ignored because in some or the other way, they have a chance to make a patient fall sick. So any patient who has any sort of a comorbidity would obviously be granted more attention and would be vaccinated first. And secondly, here, one more important thing I would like to mention is that, see, whenever we get our jabs, we never get an immediate response or an immediate antibody is not made. Obviously, after the first jab, 4 weeks post that, you will get the second one, and 2 to 4 weeks later, you will have a process where the antibodies are going to develop. So obviously, for protection, you definitely need to get your child vaccinated. Yes. So I would like to tell you, obviously, going for hot water gargles or steam inhalation definitely in some or the other way actually destroys the efficacy of a virus, be it there in your nostrils or in your throat. So you can obviously do it. It doesn't cost anything, and every person who even cannot afford medicines or such things can obviously go for it and can help themselves. Coming on to the second part, I would like to tell you is that, see, virus is something which is not in our control. It is continuously going to mutate. So what is there in our control is firstly to get ourselves vaccinated, and secondly, please, all the parents should please make sure that after the vaccination of their child, they shouldn't be callous or they shouldn't feel that now we are protected. You have to supplement it with the COVID appropriate behavior, which is very, very important. Thirdly, I would also like to tell you one more thing is that, see, Omicron or any other variant, tomorrow we might have another 10 variants coming up, but that doesn't mean that any sort of an infection or till the time the proper studies are done, we cannot say that some or the other virus is going to be very lethal. Obviously, all the variants according to WHO has been told that they could be life-threatening. Some of the other might have mild or moderate symptoms, and some can even have severe ones as well. But what we need to do is please take proper precautions, which is the most important thing. And I think when we talk about hesitancy, we all should see that once we have vaccinated 147 crore people, it actually boosts up the morale of the parents that, see, we have vaccinated so many people and these vaccines are very, very efficacious in terms of protecting us. And I think once this lot of age group between 15 to 18 years comes ahead, as we have vaccinated close to 40 lakh people, so we'll be, obviously in a couple of days, we'll be vaccinating more children. And so their siblings, the younger siblings could also get a chance to get themselves vaccinated. So I feel hesitancy shouldn't be an issue and they all should come forward. And even parents should, boost up the morale of these children that, see, we have taken the vaccines, they are safe and we are standing right with you. So I think that is actually going to be a phenomenal step.
Dr. Shruti Malik, what would you like to say to parents? As we said, the parents on the show are actually very upbeat and very positive and pretty on board in terms of the vaccination drive, but there might still be a few parents who are concerned, might be worried about access to vaccination centers also, or they might have other concerns with regard to vaccines. What would you like to tell to those parents, Dr. Malik?
Okay, so my takeaway message would be for all the parents is that, firstly, please do not have any sort of a hesitancy when it comes to these vaccines, because they have been tried and they have been administered to a long and huge group of population, firstly. Secondly, they should make sure that the COVID appropriate behavior has to be clubbed even after the vaccination is done. And lastly, I would just like to tell you is that, see, all the parents have undergone their children for some or the other vaccines once they're born. So they have kids obviously have got DPT, BCGs, influenza. So all post these vaccines, obviously the symptoms are mild fever, slight pain, body aches, etc. So I think it is also going to be similar to that. So they don't have to get worried about these vaccines. And thirdly, they have to understand that if they do not remove these hesitancies, these kids could also be a spreader at home for their grandparents who might be comorbid, or their parents who might have some or the other comorbidities. So it is very, very important for them, and to even boost up their mental and emotional health. See, kids up till now are very, very insecure that they have not been vaccinated. If we talk about the last year batch, the 10th and the 12th students were in a state of dilemma. They were mentally shattered whether they'll be appearing for their board exams or not. I think if we look overall, this vaccination drive for children is very, very essential, and they all should come forward and get their kids vaccinated.